stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please pause for 30 seconds of silence.
Good morning, Grizzlies. I'm Sarah.
I'm James.
And I'm Esmeralda with GNN, your Grizzly News Network. Today is Monday, February 28, 2022.
An important announcement, Grizzlies. Tomorrow is ACT testing day, which means only juniors class and some seniors will be on campus. That means freshmen, sophomores, and seniors have tomorrow off, and we will see you back in class on Wednesday. Juniors, the test starts at 7 a.m., so don't be late tomorrow. And remember to bring an ID. Your student ID will work just fine. Remember to bring a pencil as well. You will go to the cafeteria once you arrive on campus to find out what room you are assigned to. Then report to that room to be checked in for testing. Good luck, Grizzlies.
Students and staff at Spring Valley got to show off our campus as U.S. Secretary of Education and Nevada Senator Jackie Rosen visited. Education Secretary Miguel Cardona is reaching out to students and parents about mental health following the COVID pandemic. John and Derek bring us this story.
We have UAC.
Spring Valley was in the national spotlight this week as U.S. Secretary of Education Miguel Cardona and U.S. Secretary Jackie Rosen visited this week.
I know these last couple of years have been a little tough, right? But you're resilient. You keep inspiring us. I serve as Secretary of Education, which means I work in D.C. with schools across the country. And I'm here today because the school's a pretty special place. You've got special people leading it and serving here, and I want to learn more about it.
Secretary Cardona toured science classes and interacted with some of our students as they conducted a lab experiment.
This is the highlight of the work that I do as Secretary of Education.
But the true purpose for the visit was to hear from students on the effects of the pandemic and what services they need now to help them recover.
To kind of cope with the social isolation that kids were feeling during the pandemic was the implementation of a hope squad at our school. It was a really great way for students to kind of maintain those social networks while still online.
Students talked about the need to be involved in sports and to regain the relationships they lost during the time that they were online. Both Secretary Cardona and Senator Rosen said the plans are in place to bring more funds to the school and to make sure every classroom has a teacher and every student has the resources they need.
So our principals, our school districts all around the country can be sure that every kid knows they matter and that every child has the kind of support they need from their schools.
I love what I heard from these students. I felt inspired. And I'm also inspired by the educators here who really bent over backwards to meet the students' needs over the last couple of years, and they're going to continue to do that.
Secretary Cardona is encouraging students to participate in at least one extracurricular activity. He visited Clark and Shine High School as well as part of his tour. Now here's Yibsera with some news around campus.
Thank you. Voting has ended, and we now know who will be the student body and class officers for next school year. Bella will be your student body president, with Daniela as the vice president. Jafet will be the student body secretary, and Dana will be the historian. Destiny will be the spirit and recognition officer. For the class offices, Leiliani will serve as senior class president, and Jennifer will be the senior vice president. Jasmine will represent the junior class as president, with Abby as vice president. The sophomore class president is Nazir. Also, Alexis has been selected as an executive on the board and has been appointed as public relations. These are the students who represent you here on campus. Congrats to all those chosen to serve on the board. You can now apply to be on Student Council. Student Council is a class also known as Principles of Leaderships, and we are now accepting applications for students looking to join Stuco next year to help us with activities and events on campus. Please pick up an application at your house office or in 503. See Ms. Han in 503 if you have any questions. And one of the activities Stuco is doing to create some fun around campus is interacting with students on social media. If you follow their Instagram at svgrisstuco, You will see Grizzly Duck around campus. Grizzly Duck is the newest member of Stuco, and the duck enjoys checking out the campus and posing for selfies. Check out the photos on Instagram to make a guess about where they were taken. You will be entered to win prizes. Spring Valley is coming together to help families in need. FCCLA is holding a toiletries drive for Shade Tree. Shade Tree provides safe shelter for homeless women and children. Please donate any new hygiene products. Boxes are set up in various teachers' classrooms and the main office. You can see the list where to take them and what is needed here on the screen. Thank you. Thanks, Grizzlies. Spring Valley wants to recognize outstanding students through student shoutouts. Nominate one of your peers that you think deserves recognition for an act of kindness or service. Just scan the code on the screen to nominate someone. You may nominate one person a week. Help us spread good cheer and kindness at Spring Valley. Attention, seniors. Want an extra section of your yearbook that includes graduation, prom, senior sunset, the senior spirit weeks, and more pages that highlight your final days of high school. Be sure to buy your senior insert at the banker for only $10. This is the first year ever that we will include all of these incredible milestones in your yearbook, and you won't want to miss it. The insert is an extra 16 pages and can either be picked up in June or shipped right to your house. The deadline to purchase a senior insert is April 29th. These are pre-order only, so you must purchase by then. You will not be able to buy one when you pick up your yearbook, seniors. Don't miss out. Now here's James with our sports news.
Thank you. Congrats to our Grizzly basketball teams for fighting hard to get to the state championship. Unfortunately, though, both teams fell short of the title this weekend. The final score for the women came up 62-74. While they lost the championship, they still had a great season. Men's basketball won their semifinal game Friday, 86-68, with Elijah Adem scoring 30 points, Deshaun Moreno scoring 25 points, and Farrell Compton scored 13 points. The team made it to the state championship against Mojave on Saturday night, but fell short of a victory there. Congrats go to both our men's and women's basketball teams for making it to the state championship, and congrats on a great season. Now here's Esmeralda with the weather.
Thank you. Today will be sunny with a light breeze, looking at highs of 73 and lows of 43. It's still cold, Grizzly, so bundle up. To help wrap up this month of love, Student Council is bringing back the tradition of warm fuzzies. We will be exchanging them today. Here's a video on how it works.
Many years ago, on a little island lived a bunch of happy people. They loved their friendly little island with its beautiful trees, water, and sand. The islanders had a special tradition of trading warm fuzzies with each other. Warm fuzzies were like little balls of pure love that made everyone feel good all over. People would offer warm fuzzies freely, and if you needed one, all you had to do was ask. Even people you didn't know would reach into their pockets and pull out a warm fuzzy and just give it to you. Every warm fuzzy was like a big hug from a friend, and there were always plenty of warm fuzzies to go around. Everyone felt safe and loved, and they all helped each other to feel safe and loved. But one day, a grouchy, grumbly, mumbly tourist came to visit the island. He didn't understand what everyone was doing, but he was sure he didn't like it. He kept cold prickles in his pocket, and warm fuzzies didn't make any sense to him. So he decided that he would tell a lie to the islanders to convince them to stop with all that warm fuzzy business. He told them that instead of sharing them, they should keep them. What if the world's supply of warm fuzzies ran out? What would they do then? All of a sudden, the islanders began worrying and acting selfishly, keeping their warm fuzzies to themselves. And a funny thing happened. When people stopped sharing their warm fuzzies, people stopped receiving warm fuzzies. Instead of everyone feeling warm and fuzzy inside, they started to feel cold and prickly inside. Thank goodness something nice happened next. You see, one of the islanders had left for college. She came home to visit and brought her warm fuzzies with her. When she arrived home, she started giving warm fuzzies to everyone she saw. The islanders started to realize what they were missing. They figured out that giving their warm fuzzies away not only made their friends happy, it made them happy too. The good news is that we can be just like those islanders. We can give warm fuzzies like these cute little pom-poms. Now we invite all Spring Valley students and staff to give out your own warm fuzzies to those around you for the rest of the week.
Each student should receive a warm fuzzy necklace on Monday. Then you will take it time to exchange with students with kind words. Have fun, Grizzlies. We are on the last day of Self-Love Challenge. Self-love means having a high regard for your own well-being and happiness, and taking time to do things to contribute to that happiness each day. For today, spend 10 minutes writing down what you are grateful for.
This was Ipsera,
Esmeralda,
And James
of the
Grizzly News Network. Have a marvelous Monday, Grizzlies.